I don't know if I'm actually on or not. I see a picture and I'm talking. You know what? Like I was about to say, it's a beautiful day here in Arizona. The wind is blowing and the clouds are pretty heavy on and off for the show Unveiling Mystery, which is my show, and trying to get that out and up and going here on YouTube. So, Unveiling Mystery, well, I guess it's kind of really about the title, isn't it? Well, the title is about talking about the thing. Okay. Hi, Bobby. Hi. So that's great. Thank you. That's great. Thank you. I'm so glad I just said Unveiling Mystery to me is not just about the scary things, not just about ghosts, but it's also about the Holy Ghost. It's also about gifts of spirit. It's because I want to do a test run, but oh goodness. Okay, I see. So, what is mystery? So, it's not only spooky things, but mystery is the mystery of God. Like, so many things that we can study, isn't there? I mean, I've been on a constant learning path since I began this path. Somehow, I keep getting I'm going to make, there were times I kind of didn't. So I'm just going to pray that God will help me keep this thing straight here. Please, God, please keep this internet connection going. I'm trying to figure this out. Thank you. I didn't get it until tragedy hit my life that I had to have help. And it was through great sorrow. And this isn't even the recent sorrow. It was through a very terrible sorrow of losing my family that brought me to God. That wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It took even worse tragedy, like 2 near-death accidents. 2 near-death accidents really brought me closer to God, and they saved my life. God saved my life. The tragedies were incredibly terrible, and talk about not only the accidents, but I lost everything. I mean, I lost everything. I it's hard to even talk about what happened, but it was through the accidents that God gave me a gift of sight. And you cannot tell me that got the gift from the dark side. No, because I have helped people with this gift. Now, so that's my deal. Like, I'm still learning. I'm still learning what all that means, because there are people out there that will say, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to see things. You're not supposed to see ghosts. You're not supposed to see spirits. It's all evil. Okay, so I can understand that now, and since I've become the new person again, the new person that I became like a little over a year ago, when I really learned that there was a lot going on this property in my life that would definitely be called demonic. Definitely. So it was now the teachings, the learning process to deal with that. Yes, see, yeah. So the process of learning what and how to deal with that is part of my journey now. And so I think I've come through a whole year of that plus. So Unveiling Mystery is about all of that. It's about bringing out the truth, my truth, the truth of others. I don't want it to be just one way. I want to share other people's ideas and give them and have conversation about why did they feel this way, what did they learn, what everything with others. And that's kind of what my path is. And that's what this is about. So Unveiling Mystery to me is going to be about my path, and it's definitely going to be about the journey that I've gone through these last 7 years here on the property, because I have so much information that I have learned about our area, and the histories have history of what happened prior to us being here, the history of the Native Americans, reconnect, curse, yes, that and connect with people through time, and you have to remove those. Does that mean I'm not, that does not, but you have to understand, where did that come from? What is the history? It's almost like an intention. If you think of it as an intention of somebody, say like my great grandparent had a fight with the neighbor, and that became an intention that Hatfields and McCoys, right? So that intention carried through time and built through time. It could be as simple as that. We could look at it like that, right? Even in like Japan or like just different places, they have whole areas where people, it's like whole curses. Like you go in there, you want to curse on somebody, let's put a curse on them. And there's like, they're lined up with all these people ready to put a curse on you today in our lives, right? It's like, I'm like, if you, what? So these people believe that they can put curses and hexes on people. They can. So it is up to us to not be like our eyes closed. We have to get out there. We have to understand, how do we work with that? And so that, I think that Unveiling Mystery to me is going to be about really looking in to see, how can God help us? What is it that we can learn and do and use from God to help save us from these things? And I think that's what this journey is about for me, and that's what Unveiling Mystery will be about. Unveiling these things that are unseen forces that literally can manipulate our lives. I'm not, because I deal with people, work with people. This is a real thing that happened to me, and I'm not alone. I'm not alone. A lot of people that have experienced this. And so I hope that eventually, as this grows, I'll be able to share things and help others, by what I've gone through, and then bringing in people that I learned from. So I guess this is good. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop now, because like I said, this is a test run. But each time I do a test run, I figure I need to talk. So I'm doing the talking, and again, I got to figure out how to say goodbye. And thank you for watching. And yeah, stay tuned for more of Unveiling Mystery. If I can figure out why, it's funny when let's see, we got people suffer in silence because they are afraid of being called crazy. Yes. They do. People do call you crazy, and they the thing today, which surprises me, is, well, the fact that people just pretend like it's not real. And I'm like, okay, how long have these ghost shows and stuff been going on? I know it's at least over a decade. And the more, there's more of them now than ever. And so there's so much more evidence of the other side. Evidence out there. In fact, I'm so thankful to say that we actually have evidence. We have bona fide evidence that they are here. Now, there we go again. I always feel like, but I want to know. I wanted to know. I wanted that proof, not just what I can see, not what other people have seen, not what we feel, not what we hear. I really wanted that proof. And so, what I'm trying to say, I guess, in all of this is that we are standing here, it's 2022, and we have the technology to understand that they are here. And I know for a fact that there were demonic voices that I heard. They're not from God, and they were here, and they're not here now. So God did that. God did that. Nothing else took them away. God did. So I experienced that. And I'm not going to just shut up about it. I'm going to be talking about it because it's real. And there's the thousands and thousands and thousands of people just like me that are experiencing and have experienced the same things. So it's up to us to be able to speak to people, because people are considered like, oh, you're crazy, you're just imagining it, so that's not true. But how can you fix that? How can you rise to where you are at the highest elevation with God, so you don't get overburdened with that? So I just got that message, like, people think you're crazy. Okay, well, so we have to be able, number one, I think, to prove it. And I'm going to go ahead and look here. Are other things around other than demons? Oh, I lost that. Okay, let me see if I can find it. So like I said, here we go. Okay, we got a couple people. I believe this is your purpose. You are the story gives us hope. Oh, darn it. I lost it again. Okay. Are there other things around other than spirits and demons? I guess other creatures that it makes sense. Yes. So honestly, the first way I started with all of this was, I felt it. I felt things coming around me, and it was scary. So I mean, my journey has been like scary, but yet I've seen amazing things too. And I think because I relate to children and to animals, that I see animal spirits. And I'm talking about like even animal spirits that are, I think, the spirits of the animals, like the essences of them. That's one of the nature spirits, is what I believe. And that comes from me as a child, or growing up who I am. And then not only that, I believe that there are, I believe that everything has a spirit. I believe that the flowers and the trees and all of them have a spirit. I've seen them. I can feel them. So I know that to be true. And that's why you always hear me talking about stuff like this, because I know it. I know that they are there. And many cultures know that. Not just me. It's not just me. Many cultures know this. And so when we are one with our property and our land, I think we are now. And luckily I knew a lot of this coming over here, because if we would disturb some part of the land, it would cause an uproar in our lives. And this is very common. If you watch those shows, they started rebuilding a house, let's say, or refurbishing a house, and then something horrible happens. So that's because you've disturbed the ground, you've disturbed the land. And so that is all part of, we are one. And Ho'oponopono, we are all one with everything. Every single thing we are related to. So yeah, everything has a spirit. If you have another question, this is kind of fun, actually. I like this. I like to be able to answer questions, so this is good. You can always ask. This might be the way to do the show too. Is like, there's so many questions that could be answered that we can learn right here together, or talk about that. So thank you for asking the questions. I appreciate that. It's conversation, so it's good. Okay, so I think I probably should go now and check and see what's happened. And again, test run. Pretty soon I'm gonna have, let's say, we got Bill Bean who's going to be on the show, which a lot of you guys know. He definitely is going to be a guest on this show. And then I've got the second part with Brent Thomas of Paranormal Portal that I'm working on. But as I did say on Facebook, it has been 110 degrees in this little cabin, the haunted cabin. And I finally got a little AC. And so I'm like, oh, I just couldn't do it. I'm like, I can't even go into this cabin. It's so darn hot. So now I've got that fixed. It's always something, right? Thank you. You're welcome. I mean, like, you just get one hurdle and then boom, there's another one. So it's like, okay, all right. So anyway, I got the AC going, and now, we'll see. We need to be able to do that double screen thing and have the people, and we need to be able to put the little logos and all that. So I've got people working with me now. I'm not on this alone. So that's good. Anyway, thank you so much for those of you that are watching now. And thank you for your patience. And I'm still going to try to figure out how to get it looks like silly. Okay. There. No. Oh, if this wasn't live, it's like, okay, it's live. I can't remember how I did it the last time. Huh. Oh yeah. But before I go, I'm gonna do this one more time. Let's see, I could do my, let's see. You're supposed to do that before. Look at that. So I could do that. I just had it on that, which is absolutely no filter. I like filters. Filters are cool. Okay, but I don't really like that filter. So I'm going to go back just to be me. I wish I knew how to say goodbye. I'm going to... okay. All right. Cancel. Oh, Lordy. Oh, are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, yes, I found the button. It's X marks the spot. Okay, thank you. All right. Now that I've made quite a fool of myself on that part, I will end this little show here. Thank you. And we will restream again at another time. Bye.